Hi Melissa, thank you so much for coming in and joining us on the YouTube. And we've got a real exciting sort of story to talk about, but I want you to lead in and tell us a little bit about how you started running.
Originally I just started running like most people. Wanted to do Beta Bay, a local fun run. So I ran 15Ks and decided I could race 12Ks, and yeah, that was it.
And then you've climbed pretty quickly through the distances,
Yeah.
and you enjoy a lot of the longer distances, more specifically the ultra distances.
Yeah, I found it at first it was just your normal sort of road runs, and then I discovered trails, and then I just got longer and longer, and well, I don't know if I've hit my limit yet.
Yeah, they're getting pretty long,
which
is the one that we're gonna come up to shortly. But so you mentioned trails. Did you do long distance on the roads, or did you just?
No, I maxed out marathon, and then it got a bit boring.
Yeah.
For me.
For you, yeah,
for
not boring for a lot.
I know a lot of people like it,
but if you would have been around when they ran the Sydney to Melbourne, I guess would that have interested you?
Probably not, because I had a choice. Like I could have done Coast to Cozzy, which is a road one. A year or so ago, I had qualifiers for that, but
unfortunately, I think that's
no longer with us. Yeah. But that's probably the closest I've come. And when I looked at it, I was like, I just don't want to run that much road.
Yeah, and I know some of your training's been pretty amazing. I think sometimes you run to work and you.
Just the once.
Yeah,
just once. Well, I had to leave at midnight because I started working at
80 kilometres away.
Yeah, and I mostly stuck to trails because I just didn't want to be on the roads at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty. Like a lot of people ride to work, and
I've ridden too.
Yeah,
that's
riding's maybe 2 or 3 hours. How long did the
8 hours?
8 hours to run to work.
Yeah.
Were you much use when you got to work that day?
No, that's why it was only once. It was the day before. It was like Christmas Eve, so fortunately it wasn't a serious work day.
Yeah, good. Okay. And then I think that was in the lead up to an event where you backed up about 2 or 3 races.
Yeah.
Buffalo or something?
Yeah, I did the Buffalo Grand Slam to Mount Solitary Ultra to, I think it was UTA after that, and then I pulled up injured for 6 months.
Now, let's see, was that because you overdid it?
Yeah, way overdid it.
Okay,
yeah.
and maybe didn't have the correct lead up into it as well?
The lead up was okay. I just shouldn't have raced that much and not races that were that hard, particularly Buffalo, where it was so hilly. So, and also I wasn't doing proper strength training at the time. It was kind of, I discovered I could run and got overexcited and just entered everything.
We were pretty excited watching you do it until you got injured.
Yeah, and then, but that's alright, because then I had to focus on, it was an ITB injury, so I had to focus on working on my glute strength, learning how to run correctly, how to train correctly, how to recover correctly. So it kind of brought it all back for me, and now injuries aren't...
You're good.
Yeah, I'm pretty good, unless it's like, ankle sprain or something, but that's unavoidable.
Yeah, well, hopefully a little bit avoidable, but...
Oh, yeah, but sometimes
it just
accidents just happen.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that one. And so do you have a program that you follow? Do you have a coach or...?
Yeah, I actually coach with Andy Dubois with Mile 27, and that's just online coaching, so he sends me a program each week, and I'll let him know what races I'm interested in, and then he'll tell me if it's a good idea or a bad idea.
Yeah.
And then occasionally I'll just tell him the day before, I'm like, go do a 12-hour road gain, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure he's really excited about that.
Oh, no, he's pretty good. I fit all in, like, I don't know, I've prioritised the running, so
definitely.
I have to get up at 1 a.m. to do a 6-hour run, I'll get up at 1 a.m. and do a 6-hour run.
Wow, that's incredibly motivating to a lot of people around you. We know how hard you work, and we really respect you for that. So, or I don't know if the respect's the right word.
Yeah, we're amazed.
It's crazy. We're amazed at how you do that.
It's way too crazy. Yeah. I've had a few. There was actually a funny one over summer. And I started, I don't know if it was about like 2 a.m. or something in at Gosford, and I was heading out to do round the bay, the Bush Bash.
It's around Brisbane Water.
Yeah, around Brisbane Water, the Brisbane Water Bush Bash. Yeah. So it's all the trail the whole way around Brisbane Water. And I encountered these drunk people on my way out, and one of the guys, I didn't know what he was doing because he started to run behind me. And then I was a bit concerned.
Told you motivated everybody.
Yeah. And anyway, it turns out he was actually just pacing off me because he thanked me for the pacing when he caught up to his friends later on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was fine. And some other people I startled, and yeah, it's mostly just entertaining. People don't, I don't know. I think they're doing their own thing. They're more concerned about why there's a person running.
Yes.
Rather than.
Yes, it's not still the most common thing to be seen running at 2:00 in the morning, but anyway.
No, it happens. It's quite surprising, and you see some interesting things.
I'll bet.
Yeah, on that same run, it must have been. Oh, it was after Australia Day, so I came across clearly some people that had some great fun at Woy Woy on their inflatables.
Yeah.
And so there was all these inflatables lined up like giant flamingos and unicorns and that, and they're all asleep on them, just lined up beside the waterfront there.
Oh, wow.
And as I'm like running past, like, this is really weird.
Well, speaking about really weird, that sort of brings us, it's bringing us into the run that we want to focus on today, and it's Last Man Standing.
Yeah, so it was the Mirrim Wurnit Back Paddock Ultra, which there's a big event in the States called Big Dog's Backyard, which is put on by Lazarus Lake, who is famous for Barclays Marathon, the crazy one that almost no one finishes. And it's basically a 6.7 kilometre lap every hour on the hour. So if you finish early, you've got to wait until the next hour before you can start again. Uh-huh. Or if you come in after the hour, you're just eliminated.
Right.
And there's only one finisher. Everyone else is a DNF.
And we were talking, you don't get only one medal for this race.
Yeah.
This is only one finisher.
Only the person that finishes.
But you do get a hat.
Yeah, we got hats. So I thought the hat was pretty cool.
I mean, well, at least you can wear that probably a bit more than your medal, which you don't really...
true. The medal they just hang up at home. I like the hats and the shirts.
So you may be better off not winning this race.
No, you get the hat too. I want the medal and the hat, but no.
So how does it work? There's very many starters. I mean,
so you had to actually apply to go in it. There was a couple of entry paths. The way I did, I just set off an application, said, I've done a few ultras, go okay, and can I go in your race too? And they said yes. And then there was they had 35 slots to fill. So about 12 people got in that way. They had a couple who did a trial run for them the previous year. And finally, it was just like a lottery for the remaining ones.
Right. So, does everybody have a crew?
Most people did. Not quite everyone, but most people had someone there. Just because you're kind of going around and around. You need someone.
Mm.
And when you come in, it was quite handy. I had my mum crewing, so she was like,
she's a great trooper, your mum.
Yeah, she's got really good at the sport crewing. So she was like, I'd given her like a list, and we had all food and things. We had probably enough food for 5 days because I had no idea. Wow. Well, it's so hard to know what you're going to want to eat after
exactly.
a while.
You want a choice, don't you?
Yeah. So I had a lot of choice.
Yeah.
So she was like preparing food, and then in the evening, as it kept on going on, I actually had a whole heap of riddles. So she'd print out like pages of riddles, and she'd give me 2 riddles per lap just to keep my mind occupied.
Yeah. It took the whole lap to do the riddle? The longer that you went?
Yeah, pretty much. I had 2 of them, so it would take me half a lap. And the problem was, if I thought I had the answer, like we'd run past back the race hub, and I'd like be yelling out random words to her, like, is it a snowflake or whatever? Yeah. And she'd be like, she'd try to figure out what the hell I was going on about, and then be like yes or no, so I knew whether or not to keep thinking about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
so it was just something. It was because I found I did another race over in WA called Delirious West, and one of my things was that it, particularly through the night, it's so hard to stay awake and have something to focus on. So I thought having riddles would give me something to focus on, and particularly
how does your mum stay awake?
She was chained people in the camp, and
there was maybe easier for her because she's not having to expend the energy with the running.
Yeah, maybe a bit of that. And we were in. One of the other guys let me use his gazebo as well, so there were 2 other runners in there in the night they'd pulled out, and their support crew, so she had company.
Oh, good.
And plus the race hub's full of like runners that are pulling out, or other support crew.
What's the earliest people start pulling out?
The earliest was one runner who came in injured, and she pulled out just after 1 lap.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, yeah, I think it was kind of a case of you might as well just do 1 lap.
Right, because you've entered and you get your money's worth and get your hat. Justify wearing your hat.
Yeah, basically. To be honest, if I'd been
and somebody's
down
got
there,
to be the first person out.
I'd probably just do the 1 lap too.
Yeah.
There was actually, I don't know if he was the second guy out. One of the guys in the gazebo I was in, he had issues with his ankle beforehand. He'd hurt it, and on the first lap he's like, "It's gonna warm up," and he's quite sure it's gonna warm up. And second and third lap, like they're taping him up, and I could see him left. He's like, "Oh, this is." No. I felt bad for him.
No, you didn't. You go. There's another one gone.
No, I
33
thought,
to go.
I was really concerned. I thought he should pull out because he was going to hurt something. Anyway, so he made it 4 laps, and they went to the hospital. It was a stress fracture
Oh,
in his
no.
fibula.
Oh, dear.
So he read on that for 4 laps, which is both impressive and concerning. But
Yeah.
a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was quite disappointed.
I'm sure he sort of did what you did after your 6 month with your injury, and he'll sort himself out.
Oh yeah, he'd be fine. So.
And so you said there was 35 starters.
Yeah, 35 starters.
And you look across the line and go, yeah, I got this covered.
No, you have no idea. It's so hard. Like I think some of the races, like some of the road ones, you can kind of pick it a bit.
Mm.
The ultras, you just can't pick it. Like
No
people
idea.
look all different. Some have all the gear and no idea.
Yeah.
So like
No idea in all the gear.
Yeah. But others, like, you're just like, I'll run them down. And then you're like, oh, I'm not running that person down. They're just, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's interesting because I remember being in a race and having a guy go past me with KT26s, which is an old shoe from the 80s. And I just like, seriously, I mean, you talk about having the gear. I thought I had the gear and I had the goods, but this guy's just chewed past me and he's a champion.
Yeah. So, I had no idea. Plus, you got to do your own race. Like, you just have to complete the lap within an hour. You don't have to beat them. You've just got to...
So pacing yourself's important, I imagine?
Yeah, so my first lap I did that in about 45 minutes. That was pretty cruisy. Like, they last around the first one too, just so you know where you're going. Then after that, I basically aimed just to hit the 50-minute mark. And as it got later into the evening, that dropped to like 55 minutes, particularly as it got cold and dark, and it was slower to start each time. So it was very, very cold in Paddock. It's probably about 3 degrees.
Ooh.
And it was... I cooled down
really quick.
Do you
have time to change in between laps? Did you layer
sort
up?
Of. I put on like long sleeve shirt and I put on like some longer pants and things like that. I had some gaiters on just because it had long grass and it was going to end up in my shoes. So
did you change your shoes?
No. I never actually change them in races. I always had the backup shoes, but to be honest, I've never had to use them.
Yeah, oh, that's good. That saves a bit of time.
Yeah. Oh, I take them off I rarely take them off.
Yeah.
They just get wet. I just ignore them.
So how long did you last?
I lasted 18 laps, so 18 hours.
Wow.
And my last lap, I came in a minute over time, so that was it.
And how long was what was the last man?
The last man standing was 33 laps.
33?
So I was the last woman left, and I made it into the top 10 at that point, so most of the field were out. I think I came in 9th.
Wow.
So then
17, 15. Did you wait the 15 to watch them in? Does everybody wait?
No, I was pretty trash. We waited till the next morning, obviously, because one of the goals is to hit the 100-mile mark at 24 hours. So everyone was waiting around kind of for that, cheering them on. But then I was pretty keen to just go sleep somewhere.
Yeah. So who stays to watch them?
The support crew and the race directors and some other volunteers and things. There were still people around.
Yeah.
But it was also in a paddock, in the middle of nowhere.
It's
and
it's interesting.
Yeah, I was pretty trash myself.
Yeah.
So I suppose if I'd laid down, I don't know if I would have got back up and got out.
Yeah.
Because we had to hike into the paddock. It was about 400 metres down a hill with all the gear.
Wow.
And then 400 metres back up the hill. So it took us about 2 hours to get out of that paddock.
Oh, gee whiz. And so you were saying too that the race was a qualifier for this American race.
Yeah, so it's a qualifier for Big Dog's Backyard in America. Basically, their race is quite hard to get into. So Lazarus set up that there'll be a qualifier in quite a few different countries, and this is the Australian qualifier for that. So if you won the Australian one, then you got to go into Big Dog's Backyard. And
how many does he have in his race?
I'm actually not sure. I think it's about 40 again.
Wow.
They're not large. None of them are. I think they're all about the 40 mark.
But there's a lot of people wanting to get in. Perhaps that haven't. Do you want to get into it?
Again, big dogs or
the big dog?
I thought I did. To be honest, not anymore. It was a different experience.
Yeah.
It was completely different. It was definitely one of the harder ultras I've done.
Yep.
And I've done obviously 100 milers, 200 milers.
But most of those have been over a distance of terrain, not the round the circle.
Mentally, this was definitely the toughest.
Wow.
It kind of just broke you bit by bit. And to the paddock, having to accept that you're going back out. It's not like in a miler a lot of the time it's, get to the top of this mountain.
Somewhere. Yeah.
And after that, I know it's just undulating fire trail, and everything's focused, just get to the top, and you don't have to think about it again. This one, it's get to the top, and I've got to do this again in an hour's time.
Yeah, wow.
And then just keep on doing it. And of course, because it was right near the solstice, it was just dark for most of it. So it started at 11 a.m. and most of my race was in the dark and the cold. And
Gee whiz. Do you have a good headlamp?
Yeah, so I have actually had a couple of headlamps. I was using the A-up for most of it, and also a ferro.
And do you have spare batteries? Or, I mean, how long do you go on full power for that? Or
Yeah, I don't do any trail running apart from
full power.
Yeah, I think I was switching them out about every 3-4 laps.
Yeah.
And it seemed fine. I think I was doing about 3 laps per battery.
Okay, yeah. Have you been out on one of the laps when the battery failed?
No. The A-ups, they won't actually fail. They'll just dim.
Yeah.
So I think one of them, I forget. I must have turned it on halfway through a lap. So it kind of started to dim. I could tell, and I just switched it out when I finished that lap.
Yeah.
But I was going to get into the harder part of the course was actually the first half. So that was the more technical, more climbing. The second half, it's like a cross-country race where you're in a grassy paddock, just running along, and then turning a corner and then running along another part of a grassy paddock.
Yeah. So what time of the year, when was this on?
This was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So not many animals around?
Cows.
Cow.
There were these, because it's in Paddock.
Yeah.
So the cows there, they were giant. Like, they weren't, like, the cows you see here, they're pretty big. And I've had a few run-ins with them, like at Cedar Brush and around that area. But these ones, they were absolutely enormous. Like, these giant cows. And I actually saw a cow step over a fence.
Because of the nighttime and the fatigue.
No, this was in the day. The cow stepped over the fence. I saw it step over the fence. It was like, I was looking up.
How many hours into the race was that, Melissa?
That was my first lap. There was no fatigue. There was this cow, and they were huge. And then in the night, like, at one point, the entire herd was over here, and there was one lone cow, and I could hear it mooing, and I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And there was another runner with me. I'm like, oh, you should just go first. Yeah. And then the cow was crossing our path. I'm like, oh. And then another point in the night, I could see something
run into one when it's stuck in the middle of the path.
Oh, I think the cows were all concerned too.
Yeah.
They were watching. They
would be really thinking how crazy everybody was out there disturbing this.
I don't think they had any idea what was going on. There was also, I think one of the guys saw a wombat, and I saw a kangaroo, and there was some frogs. And a little bit of wildlife. Because we actually had a creek crossing, you had to cross it twice.
Oh, okay.
Which, they've been nice. They put down a couple of wooden pallets.
But you said it was the same lap every time. How come you only had to cross it twice?
You crossed it twice per lap.
Oh, right.
So so you left a little corral, climbed a steep hill, come back down through the race hub, can't get any assistance.
Yeah.
Then you cross this creek where they'd kindly put in these like wooden pallets which wobbled depending on how they were sitting on the rocks at the time you hit them.
Yeah.
A couple of people ended up in the creek.
Oh my goodness.
And then you're into this grassy paddock where you're running, and then you climb, but there was no actual trail, so it was just a climb through muddy, like cow-trodden tufts of grass, and it was super steep. And then you're on a ridge, then you're back across the creek, and there's more.
So it was a real trail.
Well,
a real trail in a paddock.
Yeah, it was a real paddock, sometimes with a trail.
Yeah, okay.
There wasn't always a trail, and there was. Admittedly, like the runners towards the end, there were some serious trails. They've got some actual trails in their paddocks now, just because they had so many people running them over and over.
And so many times.
Yeah, repeatedly. So they actually formed trails.
Yeah.
Which,
good for next year.
Yeah. For anyone that wants to do it.
Well, we were just going to, we'll see what happens next year when you're ready to go.
Gotta be honest, I don't think I can do this one again.
Yeah.
This one was, it pushes you to a point, and I was so sick of being in the paddock, in the dark and the cold and tired and.
But I suppose if they've got small numbers and it is that mentally taxing.
It is a challenge. They want to see how far you can make it.
Go out and really test yourself.
Oh, you can definitely test yourself. Like, you're testing yourself against the best people in Australia here that really want to test themselves too. Yeah. So it's full on.
Yeah.
I
think that sort of sums up you, Mel. I mean, you are full on. You are a great endurance athlete. You have the utmost respect for everybody that trains with you. And, I guess it's each to their own, and we know that you enjoy what you do. And yeah, we love to hear of your challenges, and this has certainly been an interesting one. So
Yeah, this was a different one.
thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Yeah,
And so if we could just shout out to our viewers to subscribe, hit the like button, and maybe if you've got a few questions, just pop them for Mel. I'm sure she would love to answer them to you.